Hello everyone. In today's lecture of class 7th, chapter Acid, Bases and Salts, we are going to study about properties of acids. First of all, we are going to study about physical properties of acids. The first property is acids have a sour taste. Means whenever we taste any substance which is acidic in nature, that will taste sour. For example, when we taste pickle, or when we taste any you can say fruit which is sour in taste, that means that substance contains in some acid in it. Okay. Second, acids turn blue litmus paper into red. Blue litmus into red. Already we have studied that litmus papers are of two types, red and blue. So to test acids we use blue litmus paper, which turns into red litmus paper, or you can say just that the color changes from blue to red. Third, all acidic solutions conduct electricity. Okay, simple, means if we try to pass electricity through any acidic solution, then it will work as a conductor. Fourth, acids are corrosive in nature. Corrosive means which causes some harm to the any object. For example, strong acids can destroy paper, cloth or wood. That means if we by mistake on any paper, cloth or wood, strong acid fell down, then that substance start decaying, or you can say that that part of that substance gets destroyed. And acids also corrode metals such as iron and aluminium. As we have already studied about that iron and aluminium are the very common metals which are used in our life, and in if acidic rain occurs, then these substances starts getting corroded. Now a very important point, that therefore about this only, that therefore acids are not stored in metal containers because they corrode metals. So we use only glass or plastic containers to contain any acid, because glass is non-reactive to acids and plastic is also non-reactive towards acids. Last point is acids are soluble in water. That means when an acid is dissolved in water, it gets diluted and heat is given out. So very importantly, keep this thing in your mind or note it down, learn it, that it is very dangerous to add water to acid, because I have mentioned here the heat is given out. So if we add water to acid, that means or you can say that results in large amount of heat generation in a very quick time. So it can cause harm to the person who is doing this experiment or something. So what we do, to dilute an acid, we always add acid to water slowly. Means drop by drop, very slowly we add acid to water, and continuously we keep on stirring this solution which we are making, means the dilute acid. We keep on doing stirring so that heat generated distributes in throughout solution, and it doesn't causes sudden increase in temperature and don't cause any harm. Okay, is it clear? Now let's start the chemical properties of acids. The first property which we are going to take, that is a reaction with metals. So most of the metals react with dilute acids to produce salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, see dilute acid, so that the water content is there in acids, and when water is there with acids, then the reactivity of acids increases. Okay, so that is why we use dilute acids. In some cases concentrate acid is also used, but most of the time in the reactions you will see that we use dilute acids only. And it causes you can say the sufficient time also to take place in the reaction, so that we can do the correct observations also. Now with dilute acids, when we react any metal, or you can say most of the metals, then two products we get, salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so I have taken some examples like magnesium metal when reacts with hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, please keep on you can say memorizing the formulas of the acids also, because you are going to use them frequently now. So dilute hydrochloric acid, we get the substance, a salt, magnesium chloride. You see, magnesium replaces hydrogen from here and combines with chlorine and forms magnesium chloride, and hydrogen gets freed from here and hydrogen gas is released. Similarly, zinc plus, now we have taken different acid, that is diluted H2SO4, that is called sulfuric acid. So we get, again, zinc is displacing hydrogen from here and forming zinc sulfate. Okay, keep on learning the name, how we are writing the names also. Okay, you are going to learn how to write the names of the compounds in the senior classes also, and I hope some part of them you have already studied in the previous chapters. So zinc sulfate you get on reactor from by displacing the hydrogen from here, and hydrogen gas is released. So you see that common part which we get after the reaction, that is any metal reacts with any acid, we get salt of that metal and respective metal, okay, which was given in the reaction. That magnesium was used to make magnesium chloride, zinc was used to make zinc sulfate, and hydrogen gas is the common product of these reactions. Now, very important point, that less reactive metals cannot replace hydrogen from acids. Means if we use any less reactive metal here, then it will not displace hydrogen and no products will be formed. Means there will be no reaction. So the examples of these less reactive metals are copper, silver, aluminium. Some other metals are also there like platinum, etc. Okay. So if you get these metals here in this case, then you will write only no reaction. Okay, learn it, no reaction. Okay, so now we are going to take the next reaction, that is reaction of acid with carbonates. So when dilute acids react with metal carbonates, it forms salt and carbon dioxide gas. Okay, salt and carbon dioxide gas. So for the example, you must we have some reactions here, like calcium carbonate. This is the carbonate of calcium metal. Okay, calcium carbonate. It is reacting with hydrochloric acid. We have already studied the name of this acid, so I am not writing here again. Calcium carbonate reacting with hydrochloric acid. So you see, calcium is now displacing hydrogen from here and forming calcium chloride. Okay, CaCl2 plus H2O. H2 and if one oxygen from here, it forms H2O and carbon dioxide. Means these are the compounds which are getting after these reactants are reacting with each other, and carbon dioxide is a common product. Now let's take one more you can say carbonate of sodium metal. Sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, reacting with, we have taken different element with different acid here, H2SO4. Both are diluted. Okay, you can write dilute above or below, anywhere you want. So dilute H2SO4 gives Na2SO4. See, SO4. Okay, hydrogen getting displaced from here, taking one oxygen, forming water, and remaining is carbon dioxide from here. Okay, so these are the products which we get: sodium sulfate, water, and carbon dioxide. Now, very important point about this reaction, that's the I have made the star from it, that this note is about this reaction only. Okay, so in this reaction is used to prepare carbon dioxide in the laboratory. Okay, so you can say that this is the laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide also. Okay, let's take the next chemical property, that is reaction with base. Now when we react, means reaction with bases are taken with acids, then acids react with bases to produce salt and water, and evolution of heat takes place. Evolution of heat means after the reaction, if you touch the container, then the container will feel means you feel that container has become hot. See, the common in the short, you can say that in the short form we can write this like this: acid plus base, means acid and bases reacting together to form salt plus water plus heat is generated. Okay, now this reaction is also known as neutralization reaction. Why neutralization reaction? Because when acid and base cancel out each other's property. Okay, means acid and base react to acid and bases have you can say opposite property to each other, and when they react with each other they neutralize each other, and the product which is formed means that is salt and water. So the main product, salt, which we are getting, this salt which we are getting here, salt is neutral in nature. That is why this reaction is given name as neutralization reaction. So let's take some example. NaOH, it is a base. HCl, it is acid. Okay, when base and acid react together, then sodium chloride, from here sodium chloride we get, and H reacts with OH and forms H2O. So see, NaCl plus H2O, and heat is generated. Why we are not writing here heat? Because the heat generated here in these reactions is in very less amount. You can feel only by touching the container. Okay, this is not a very large amount of heat, as we have discussed above. You can say before in the reaction when the metal were reacting with the acids, then the large amount of heat was generated, but here the heat is generated very less. Now potassium hydroxide, that is KOH plus H2SO4, then K2SO4. From here K2SO4, potassium sulfate is formed, and H plus OH forms 2H2O. Balancing, I think everybody already knows. If you have any difficulty, you can watch the other videos, previous videos of mine, to practice the balancing again. Now very important point about this, that after completing these reactions, if we touch the test tube, we feel that it is hot. So that represents, or you can say that shows, that evolution of heat is taken place, right? The very important next point, other point also, that we are using here the term that is salt and water is generated. This is also salt, this is also salt. So that means that salt is the in these reactions refer to the general term for compounds formed by the reaction of acid and base. Means the general term means whatever compound we are getting here except water, this compound, or any other base or acid compound, then these compounds are called salt. These are not the common salt, means it is not for only common salt which we use in daily life. The common salt is named as NaCl, which we have got in this reaction. This is the common salt. But K2SO4, it is also salt, but not common salt which we use in our daily life. This is just a general term for the compound which is obtained after the reaction of acid and base. Okay, am I clear? So I hope all these reactions you have understood here. Okay, just have a revision of these reactions, and we will take the other properties in the next lecture.